What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm making a video to speak about my experience concerning the Audeze Maxwell headphones. This is not an unboxing video, so if that's what you're looking for, I would suggest that you look somewhere else, because there is other YouTubers out there that do a way better job, showing exactly what you're getting. But this is more about my experience having the product, because I think that there is a big, I'm not going to say a lie, but there's a big thing that these YouTubers are leaving out that people aren't really aware of. They're so happy because either A, they got the product for free, and even though everybody's going to say, oh, this doesn't change my opinion, but I think that there's a lot that they leave out. Why do they leave it out? I don't know. But my job is to show you guys exactly what it is that's going on with this product. So I will be talking about even ideas that I have, because you don't know who could be watching this. Maybe somebody from Audeze could be watching this and they could pull some of the ideas that I'm sharing to kind of just make the experience much more better. Okay, so because I don't think that is fair, like you sit down and you watch these YouTube channels and they have like 5, 6, 7, 8 headphones, right? But out of the 7 headphones that they're telling you, if they're telling you that this is the best, then it's kind of like I'm holding them to their end of the bargain, if that makes any sense. So, this is not like a product for like like a budget product, right? So like if you have this amount to spend and you see all these videos and they're saying this is the product to get, because even if you go out and spend $400 for the Morbius, this is just as good as that $400 one. And anybody with a brand would be like, okay, well, I'm going for the one that's $300. Especially if certain things is not that important to you, like noise cancellation or anything like that, right? So but this is what this video is going to be about. Is mostly going to be about, I want you as a consumer to know exactly what it is that you're getting. That way you know exactly what to do. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some of the small problems that I have straight off the bat. Okay, my cat is like right behind me. You better not knock my tripod. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so this is the packaging. This is how it comes. Okay, now and if you look at all the videos, this is exactly how they present it, right? Now, here's a problem that I have with the packaging. The company that I bought this from had 2 versions. They had an open box, which was priced at like $280 something, and then they had a brand new one. Okay, so when I'm looking at shipping plus the tax, I'm looking at like, I think it was like somewhere around like $285 versus a brand new one, which was like $317 with taxes and shipping and everything. I'm like, okay, why not just spend the extra couple bucks for that? I could receive a brand new one. Okay, so this is what I don't like. Okay, now you get the box, right? You see this in the back? This is exactly how it comes. Now, what's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture is that there's not a seal over this, a sticker over this that's indicating that this is brand new, that it hasn't been tampered with. Again, this is not $40 headphones. This is not $80 headphones. This is $300, okay? I want to make sure that nobody tampered with this, okay? There's no seal. So what is the problem with that? Well, how do I know that that company sold me a brand new one and then didn't get over me and sold me a open box one? There's no indication and there's no way of knowing, right? Especially they could have had these headphones on display. I mean, all the wires was wrapped up. There's no plastic around the wire that, you know, it is just the regular wired the small wired ones that goes wrapped around your main wire, but there's not any like type of plastic or anything like that. So how do I know that this place that I bought it from didn't get over me and said, you know what, I'm gonna sell him the open box one for the price of what the brand new one would have been? Or better yet, let's just say that that company just hired a brand new worker and they don't know what they're looking at, so they just grabbed this one thinking that it was brand new. You know, because again, this is the way that it comes. It just comes in the bag. Okay? It comes in the bag and there's a sticker in the bag. Well, one could argue that, oh, well, the seal is the bag because it has a sticker. It has a piece of tape. Well, how do I know that that plastic didn't get replaced with one that didn't have that tape and they just put another piece of tape on it? Like, I don't know that. So to me, that's concerning, because I want to know that if I'm spending this type of money on this product that is brand new, okay? Especially if you're ordering it, you want to make sure that it's brand new, that nobody tampered with it. I'm not saying that it's bad to open, that it's bad to sell open box item. Everybody does it. The monitor that I have next to me, I bought it from Micro Center. It was open box. But imagine how is it fair for me to spend, what did I spend on this monitor? It was a $400 monitor. And by the time that I got down to it, because it was also a display monitor, I left only paying $227. How is it fair for the person that spent that $400 to not be able to tell the difference because he didn't get a box or he didn't get something that was sealed, that was solidified that this is a brand new item? So for me, that I spent my $300 and some change, how is it fair for me to spend that and there's no really indication that this is brand new, that nobody tampered with this, versus an open box one? You know, to a consumer, I don't think that that's fair. So I do think that Audeze ought to come with putting a seal right here, okay, to just say, hey, you know, this is brand new, nobody has tampered with, you're the first person that gets to open this. So that's number one. Number two, when you open up the package, okay, and you get the box, and I'm going to open this even though I put this back in a couple days ago, but take it out the box, you get this, and this is your instruction, okay? Now I'm going to show you what it comes with. It does come with a paper, okay, which this is a little small box right here, but this is what it comes with. Now this talks about the warranty, and that's basically it. Okay. This is basically, you know, the warranty in every language that you could possibly think of. This is all warranty. Okay. This is not a manual. This is your manual, okay? Which it's, it could be self-explanatory to some, but it's not really explaining a lot. Like, it's not really explaining a lot. So, with that, I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. And then it comes with this, which I did want to show this. This is another piece of paper that has like a different type of language. I don't know what's the purpose of this. But yeah, but it does come with this. And the reason why I'm showing this is because when I plugged it in, straight out the box, and I don't care what anybody says, it doesn't live up to the hype straight out the box. Okay? Like, it doesn't sound good at all. To the point that I thought that I purchased a counterfeit one, because I'm like, there's no way that a product like this, with all these YouTube channels praising it, there's no way that this is just what it comes with. And I had to sit down and look at like 2 or 3 YouTube channels that went in an in-depth review of an open box. And I'm like, okay, so this is really what it just comes with. And what put my mind, at ease was that I actually spoke to somebody from Audeze, which it was just, I kind of felt like I called like a pawn shop. That's not good nor bad. But it wasn't like, like you heard like people in the background talking. It was just like kind of funny. And but he was the person who helped me out actually told me, he was like, listen, there's a cereal, because at first he was like, yeah, we don't, I told him where I bought it from, and it was like, yeah, we don't sell to that. And I was like, oh, like I just started sweating. I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? I'm like, I should have just went to Best Buy and just got this, the serious steel. Like, I'm like, now my mind is racing. But once I gave him the barcode that is inside of the left ear cup, then they did confirm that the headphones were legit. So I'm like, okay, the headphones are legit. I'm like, then I gave them the address, and they was like, okay, so we do sell to them. So I'm thinking that, which I'm not even going to get into there because I don't want to get that company in trouble, but whatever it was, long story short, they end up checking out as legit. So I said, okay. So the build quality of the headphones is exactly what everybody says. And comparing to like some of the headphones that I touch at the display, like let's say like maybe at Best Buy or like at Target, they definitely stand out more than any of those headphones that I've touched. So that's that. And I definitely wanted to touch on that packaging, because I think that for a company like that, the packaging could be better. The packaging could be better. There's like certain things that it's like, I'm like, yo, there's no way, And everybody knows, especially like if you buy a lot of things, that like special feeling of like what it is to like, like when I buy like the in-ear like wireless the Apple headphones, like what opening that box feels like, and just like the stickers and everything, and just like the little booklet, like it feels good. I felt nervous opening this because I'm like, wow, what did I just do? Like I wasn't confident at all. So I plugged it into the PlayStation, and when I plugged it into the PlayStation, I was just like, this can't be it. I'm like, this cannot be it. Now, the second thing that I'm going to talk about is the program that Audeze uses, okay? Audeze HQ. There is an app that you have to download. The app is not a part of any app store. iOS, nor Android, nor Mac, nor PC. Okay, it's not a part of any store. So right off the bat, you're going to have some problems downloading the app. Just for that I can help you out in case if you are going through this, for my Mac, because I do own a MacBook and my wife owns a PC. So for the Mac, what I ended up doing was, let me see if I can remember from the top of my head. I went to System Preferences, and then I went to Privacy and Security. When you go to Privacy and Security, all the way in the bottom, there's a lock. You click on that lock, you type in whatever code it is that you choose, and that gives you now the ability to download any app that you want to. With the PC, it's a little bit more different because I did see one video that there was like, you know, you go like on the Windows symbol, and then you go to, it says like apps, and where I get my apps. From the video that I seen, it should be as simple as clicking that, and then on the top, it's going to just say whatever store Microsoft works with, and you just switch that. But I actually had to watch another video because there's some PCs that is actually more than that. Like sometimes that doesn't even appear. Sometimes there's something else. So my suggestion would be that error that you're getting, type it in on YouTube, and there is some videos. You just have to like kind of just go through the videos to see which one pertains to exactly the Windows that you have, for that you could be able to download the app. Because straight off the bat, you're not going to be able to download the app. The app is not supported by any of these stores, which that's another thing. As a consumer, why should I have to jump hoops? I would like to just go on the Apple Store, download it, and that's it. Like, that's what I would like to do. And if you're a PC guy, you should just be able to go into your Play Store, go into the app, and just download it. You know, so for a company like that, I'm not sure what is it that's going on. Even with the way that the app is structured, you know, I think that they need a whole new app developer that can make this app better. Okay, because there is some things that I'm going to show, and you know, some ideas that I'm going to put out there, but the app doesn't even look good. The app looks, there's nothing about it that is like, wow, man, like this looks amazing. It literally just like, there's not much to it at all. So so before I even get into my last part, I want to talk about what you have to do, okay? And I'm going to show you the app, what it looks like, and I'm going to show you some of these presets. Okay, so I had to turn off the light because I didn't want you to look at the glare of my face. But this is what the app looks like, okay? So to update your headphones, you're going to go to setting, and your item will appear here, okay? You have to first plug in your headphones through the wire, and that updates by itself. I think the original software that it comes with, I want to say, is something like 1.28, and the update is like 1.32, something like that, okay? So you want to update the dongle, okay? And then after the dongle, then you want to update your headset. Or it doesn't matter which way you do it, but the whole point is that you have to do it separately, okay? So you use the USB cable for the headphones, and then for the dongle, you just plug it in. Or if your laptop don't have that capacity for that plug, then you could just use the USB that they give you, okay? Now, so let's go right here. Okay, so when you plug in the headphones, right? Okay, so you see all these things right here, right? All these are presets, right? Now you have Audeze, you have treble boost, you have bass boost, which this is the best. I've tried all of these, and I'm going to tell you that this is where you want to be at. This is my opinion, okay? This is according to me. You might want to hear something else, okay? You got footsteps, which is, for your for your shooting games, the Modern Warfare, all that good stuff, right? Okay, so here's the issue that I have with this, right? Okay, and my headphones is not plugged in, but it's not even going to matter if it's plugged in or not. What's going to happen is this. You choose your preset, right? Let's say you choose bass boost. Well, bass boost is going to be highlighted blue. Okay, and that's going to mean that that's the preset that you chose. Okay, but what are these presets? Right here you have Audeze. What is Audeze? I don't know what Audeze is. What is this preset? The treble boost. That's obvious, right? But you don't know. When I'm saying in terms of you don't know what these are, is you don't know how many hertz, or even like if you look at like the faders, right? You don't know what has more of what. So what makes this a bass boost, right? I think a good idea would be if you click on Audeze, right? And then a window, a small window, it don't got to be a whole big thing, but a small window could appear. And on that small window, you have your faders, and that indicates, and that's going to show you what that whole sound compiles at, that ends up being the sound for Audeze, if that makes any sense. The same thing for like immersive. So if you was to click on immersive, you click on that and it shows you a collective of faders to show you what, how did they come up with this. And then you as a consumer can say, well, I'd rather have more of this type of hertz, and I'd rather take this out instead of just clicking on immersive, because my whole thing is like, you don't like, I could click on Audeze, but again, I don't know what that is. Everything else is self-explanatory. But even like immersive, or a competition, well, what does that sound compile of? Like, I really don't know exactly. And when you have it plugged in and you're choosing these presets, there's no indication of what it is. Including here in the bottom, you have these presets. Now, I think that the presets is, these presets are according to your phone. I'm assuming that you could go on your phone and choose a preset. When you plug your headphones in and you go to device info, right, you see everything that's here. Okay, so you do see on the computer that it's, what it is. But I think that this should also be in paper. I don't think that this should be something that should just be in the app, because what are you going to do with those people who's just like, they don't want to, they don't feel like dealing with that, or maybe they're not computer savvy. So now this product that was supposed to be fun, now all of a sudden turns into a headache, so yeah. And then you go over here to settings, and there's not much on the settings. Now, the only thing that I could say is this volume limiter, turn it off. Turn it off, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. It's going to make all the difference in the world. The side tone level is crazy, because the higher you have the side tone level, the higher you have it, the more you could hear what's going on around you. So the side tone is more for, you don't just want to hear like what's going on like in your headphones. You want to hear everything that's around you, because I guess you don't want to be startled if somebody creeps up like behind you. This mix, I'm really not understanding, like, the mix between like game and chat. Um, but again, um, I would prefer to read all this in a menu than to just have to like sit here and just have to go through all this, because it's just that much better. So now that I got that out the way, let's speak about sounds. Once you do everything that I just told you to do, these headphones sound amazing. I've never, I've had a lot of headphones. To my understanding from the research that I've done, Audeze is a audio company that make headphones for music that is stepping into the gaming world. Whereas though companies like Steel Series are gaming headsets. So they know exactly what to do and what they need. Which I don't own a pair of Steel Series. My goal is going to be to maybe buy one like in the second market to just kind of just like understand what it is that I got myself into. Because the way that certain people was explaining it to me was almost like, I don't know if you remember, or like if y'all remember, like when the Beats like first launched and everybody was just like so caught up, like with the Beats. But the reality of those headphones is that they colored a lot of the sound, and they were very bass heavy. So they really weren't natural. And I think that at that time there wasn't a headset. They did the marketing like very well for those headphones, and people were going crazy. But then people that started to get like real passionate into like headsets, now they started to see that there's other companies that make way better headphones. So it's almost like if they paint the picture as of like Steel Series is like the Beats of like gaming, where it's like more boosted, whereas though Audeze is like the Sennheiser, dare I say, of like gaming, where it's like more natural. There's more like oomph. But the sound to these headphones. So I'm going to share my experience with 3 games that I played. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I heard. The first game that I played was Madden. And the reason why I chose this game as my first game to test out these headphones is because since they're an audio company coming into the gaming world, I wanted to see how they handle music, whether it be urban music, hip hop music, rock, pop, punk. And Madden has a good amount of that, right? When you're playing the game, there is a good amount of different genres of music. So I wanted to see how well the headphones handled that. And right off the bat, man, it was just like the home screen of like where you press play, like that bass, it wasn't overpowering, but it sounded good. But the like Madden's voice was over everything. Not in a bad way, but his voice was the main priority. And everything else in the background was second, but it still sounded so good. When that first quarter, the crowd, that first play, like you tackling, like it just sounds in your face. I don't want to sound stupid to be like, oh man, it sounded like you were at the game, right? Because it's like, you could say that watching the TV, right? Like, oh man, I feel like I'm in the game, right? And I was trying to wrap my head like, man, like how do I give somebody like the perfect example of like, like what it feels like. I've gone to my father-in-law's house a couple times to watch like an Eagles game, and he has like the surrounding system like with the sound dock, and I love watching it because it's so like in your face. And that's like the closest thing that I could compare it to. It's like, imagine having like that whole sound dock in your headphones. Like they just, and I had, I had the volume maxed. So I couldn't, good things, like you don't need those headphones to be noise cancellators because you're not hearing anything around you. Nothing. Okay. I have 2 kids. I'm in the basement. They're running up and down. I got a 5-year-old and I got a 2-year-old. So they jumping all types of stuff. I did not hear nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. One cool thing about when I was playing Madden was, because I was just like making a lot of mistakes on purpose to see, what I listen. If I throw the ball out of bounds on the left-hand side, you hear the ball bouncing on the left-hand cup. If I throw the ball out of bounds on the right-hand side, you hear the ball bouncing. When it hits the ground, you hear it bouncing on the right hand. Like it was amazing. I was like, wow. The second game that I chose to do the testing for these headphones was Elden Ring. And let me tell you, man, from the very beginning, because anybody who's played Elden Ring, they know that when you go into the game, like when you're about to press start, there's like these harps, and it's almost like a grinding of like strings, and then it goes boom, and when those strings, like that bass strings comes in, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like it sounded, I was like, yo, like when I play, because I play Elden Ring a lot. When I heard that, I said, I'm sold, man. I'm sold. The horse ride, the battles, certain like certain ashes I was using that have like this like bottom end bass. You just hear it like, and it's not overpowering. It's not anything, but it's just like it's there. It's there. And the only way you can hear it is if you choose that preset that I showed you, because that is the best preset to use. I tried all the other presets for my liking. Okay, that is the best preset to use. The third and last game that I tested these headphones on was Hogwarts Legacy. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, that's another game that when it starts, a lot of like soft melodies. Beautiful. When you're running through the castle, you hear like the footsteps, you hear the echo of the footsteps. When you use some of the spells, like I think it's like Incendio, again, you hear that bottom end bass. I was like, man, when I tested those 3 games, I said, these might be like the best. I mean, this has to be the best. Because if they're saying that the Morbius is somewhere compared to like just Maxwell, I'm like, this has to be the best. This has to be the best headphones I've ever tried. And it's a shame because I would want that to be my first experience, like straight out the box, just like plugging it in. I want that to be my first experience. Because now when I'm speaking about it, anybody who, you have 2 different type of people. You have this side of people that don't want to be bothered with anything. Okay? If I have to update headphones, that's already too much. I want it to work straight out the box. No funny business, no nothing. Then you have this side that they don't mind going through the hurdles and the hoops to get it to sound the way that it is that they want it to sound, you know. And I think that, you know, for a company like this who's doing this, I would think that the experience should be straight out the box. They knocked it out the ballpark. And this is the issue that I have with a lot of these YouTubers, because they're not saying that part. They're not saying that straight out the box, these don't sound great. You're going to be disappointed. Like, they don't sound great. And you could just read some of the comments. You could even go on certain threads on Facebook and hear how certain people's like, oh, I plugged it into my PlayStation, but it sounds like really low. You know, so I would want for somebody to experience what I experienced with these headphones straight out the box. Straight out the box. So I hope, man, that you enjoy this. I would say this is worth the $300. I would say that. This is worth the $300. The comfortability of the headphones, the cushion. I mean, I've played, the longest I play, because I don't like to be up all night, but like the longest that I'll play will probably be like 2.5 hours. And for those 2.5 hours, my ears were fine. Like the cuffings was just, oh my God, perfect. You don't have to have the volume at max, because that day I went to sleep with a headache. But like at mid-range, like mid, they sound amazing. Like they don't, like you don't, I turn off all the lights here and I start playing in my monitor and I'm like, I'm in the zone. Like I'm really in the zone. So it's just a little small things, you know, that I wish that they could improve in, especially for the amount of money that that these cost you. So I hope, man, that you enjoyed this. I guess like and subscribe in case if, you know, a company decides to send me like some free headphones, that because I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not about talking about, you know, all these words that people aren't like familiarized with, because they don't know what that means. They just want to know if the headphones sound good. You know, do these sound good? I've worked at Apple Store for X amount of years, and you have those people that they come in and they say, what's the best MacBook? What's the best iMac? What is the best like they want the best. Okay? They're not going over there on no budget. They want the best. So, you know, this is the type of product that is like, if this is the best, I want that experience. You know, I want that experience. So I hope, man, you enjoyed this. Please leave your comment in the bottom. Let me know what you think about this review. Let me know what you think about this product. And enjoy your day.